Usually, without the pandemic, it's just 2 weeks after you apply. But since there's a pandemic, it took us 6 months before we can get a biometric schedule. We're from Arkansas, and the USCIS office that we'll be going to is in Memphis. See you there, or not see you there, because you can take our phones in. So I'll just walk you through the process later on when we get out of the USCIS office. Okay? Hello everyone, welcome to my vlog. And for my current subscribers, I'm sorry, it's been a long while since I have uploaded a video, an update to our change of status or applying for the green card. And it's Christmas, look! Advance Merry Christmas to everyone. So we've had an update on our green card process. That's why I am making this video. So actually there have been several letters already from the USCIS. First letter that we received is the request for evidence and form 1485. So there's a lot of setbacks. So apparently we are subject to the public charge rule, and they were asking for additional evidence. So request for evidence, form 1485. Dear Mrs. Vincent, on August 10, 2020, you submitted your form I-485. We are writing to inform you that we need more information from you to make a decision on your case. Please read this letter carefully and follow all of the instructions below. What you need to do: you must provide the following information in order for us to make a final decision on your case. Please include a copy of all pages of this letter with your response. You may be subject to a public charge ground of inadmissibility based on a filing category selected on your Form I-485 application to register permanent residence or adjust status, and therefore may be required to submit the Form I-944 Declaration of Self-Sufficiency with your Form I-485. Your Form I-485 does not include a Form I-944. If you are exempt from the public charge ground of inadmissibility, no further action is required on your part. If you are not exempt from the public charge ground of inadmissibility, you are required to submit a Form I-944 along with the required supporting documents. You may not have submitted the Form I-944 because during the period, the July 29, 2020 injunction was in effect from July 29 until September 22. The Form I-944 was not required to be submitted with Form I-485. However, the injunction has been stayed, and each pending I-485 form postmarked on or after February 24, 2020 that is subject to the public charge ground of inadmissibility will be adjudicated under the public charge final rule, which requires the applicant to submit Form I-944 unless exempt. So mainly this letter is telling me that we are subject to the public charge rule and we haven't submitted the I-944. So our lawyer did not submit the I-944 because the time that we submitted it in July. We submitted July. The time we submitted it in July, it is not in effect. So the public charge rule stayed. So technically, we just need to submit I-944. Together with that, we also need to submit some evidence that I won't be asking for government support in the future. So technically, what we need to submit as per the lawyer would be my health insurance. So my husband added me to his health insurance, and bank statements. My bank statements in the Philippines are joint account statements, and my husband's statements. Technically, we need to show USCIS that whenever I get sick, my husband and I can support me. That's why we need an insurance. Here. The second letter that I received would be I-693, deficiency notice. Dear Mrs. Vincent, an initial review of evidences submitted with your Form I-485 application to register permanent residence or adjust status determined that the evidence submitted with your application is deficient for the following reasons. A completed and signed I-693 was not submitted. You will be required to submit information and evidences to the address this deficiencies. So this is the medical exam. Our lawyer stated that we can take the medical exam, or I can take the medical exam once you already have a schedule for interview, because there is an expiration date. Like, it's just good for 3 months now because of the COVID-19. Processing time is longer, so our lawyer suggested to take it once we already have an interview schedule. Why? Because if you receive an interview notice in the mail, you must bring the information and evidence required to your interview appointment. Failure to bring the information and evidence to your interview appointment may result in the denial of your Form I-485. If your case does not require an interview, you will receive a request of evidence with further instructions. So, technically, I can bring the medical during my interview. That's why our lawyer suggested just to take it once we already have an interview scheduled. Okay, so fast forward from July, August, September, October, November, December, we had our biometric schedule. Even on the sending of the letter, there is a delay because our biometrics was on December 17, but we received the letter like December 15 or 14 or 15. But it was, the notice date was December 3. So there is really a delay of sending this. This is just the last appointment. Since we're in Arkansas, our application went through the USCIS Memphis office. Drive is almost 3 hours. So it's 6 hours back and forth. And our appointment lasted like less than 5 minutes. As in literally, they just asked me questions and they have taken my biometrics. So they're very strict. No phones allowed, no purse allowed. You need to wear a mask. You need to bring your appointment on that day because they will actually stamp it and sign it, and they will return it to you because you need to bring it to your interview. So the form that they sent me, there are 2 parts. One part is the notice on the schedule and the form. It gives you instruction, it gives you the address, it gives you your appointment time and date, and what you need to do. So when you go to the application support center to have your biometrics taken, you must bring first this appointment, as we mentioned a while ago. Second is photo identification. Naturalization applicants must bring their alien resident card if you have. All other applicants must bring a passport, driver's license, national ID, military ID, or state-issued photo ID. If you appear without proper identification, you will not be fingerprinted. They will not accommodate you. So in my case, I brought my passport. Though I have been questioned a little bit because my passport still have my single last name. Now I'm using my husband's last name on the application, and I was just questioned of when did we get married, why on my passport it states this name. So just make sure that you bring your marriage license as well if you have the same situation as me, where in your passport have your single name or maiden name and you're applying for green card using your married name. So cell phones, cameras, or other recording devices are not permitted. Mind you, when I went there are also 4 questions that they asked me before I get into the facility. So the guard would check your hands for any cuts or wound to ensure that you can be fingerprinted. And then the guard would also ask you questions like, have you been in contact with COVID? Have you felt symptoms? Are you awaiting for any test results? Have you been tested? So on and so forth before you can enter. But when I went there, it went smoothly because there's no other applicants there, just me. So there are also a form where you need to fill out your name, aliases that you've been known for, your birthday, your country of birth, your gender, race, eye color, hair color, and then your information like height, weight. And then this will be returned to you, and all you need to do is wait for your interview schedule. This biometrics is for your application of permanent resident as well as your employment authorization card application or work permit. So I applied for work permit. The purpose of that is so I could start working and I could get an SSS number or SSS number while waiting for the green card. So I just need to wait for my schedule. I'll keep you posted. There you go. That is my biometrics journey. We went to Memphis to do it. It was tiring, but it's okay, worth it. There was a good sushi bar that we went into there, so it's amazing. If you like my content, please don't forget to like and subscribe and join us in our journey. Suggest as well what contents we could make for you guys to entertain you. I'll try my best to upload videos as much as I can, but if you want to follow me on TikTok, I am more active there. We already have 83,000 followers on TikTok. I also created a Facebook page, The Vincents, so that you could ask if you have questions, because I have a lot of comments here asking questions, so you can message me on our Facebook page. I'll definitely answer you because I want to share my experience and help others. I know not everyone can afford a lawyer, and there's a lot of people with the same situation as I am, so I am really willing to help you in terms of giving you advices. But of course, we also have a limitation since we are not an immigration expert. But if it's into my knowledge and it's something that I have experienced, I'll definitely give you my 2 cents about it. So thank you so much. Comment your question. I can answer it here. Follow us on TikTok and Instagram, _Vincents_ and Facebook, The Vincents. Thank you, and I hope everyone is healthy, well, and have a Merry Christmas. Mwah.